Hello, Taurus. How are you? This is Jess from Soul Star Healing and Tarot. Hope everything is going great for all of you. This will be a collective reading for Taurus. Anywhere it is in your chart, Sun, Moon, and Rising are the strongest energies. You can also watch for your North Node and your inner planets. That would be your Mercury, Mars, and Venus. Today we're going to be doing a manifestation spread. So we're going to start with the row that is your manifestation or focus. Then we're going to go into the challenges. Then we'll go into the advice from spirit, and then we'll go into the outcome. I will start with one card from the Keepers of the Light and see who is guiding this message for you. We do have the 8-8 portal coming up, the Lion's Gateway. And this is a great time for manifestation. So I wanted to do this manifestation spread for this round of readings. Spirit, who is guiding this reading for Taurus today? One card, please. Okay. We have the Miriam, Sacred Vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. Okay. Let's see where this is going for you, Taurus. Today, I'm going to be using the Enchanted for Hoxa Tarot, and then I will be doing a White Light Oracle at the end, if you're interested in staying around for that. A couple of things real quick. I am a newer channel, so if you would not mind supporting by subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting, any of that good stuff that we ask of you to do, I would be greatly appreciative. And also, my readings for the next month or two are going to be a little scattered because I am a makeup artist and I am in my crazy wedding season right now. So I'm going to try to stay on a schedule, but I know there's going to be a few weeks where I'm not. But I'll do the best I can. All right, Spirit, what is the focus or manifestation for Taurus at this time? 3 cards, please. Okay. Okay. What are the challenges? 3 cards, please. Okay. Let me just move these up a little bit so we have more room. What is the advice from Spirit? 3 cards. Lots of flying cards. Okay. And then what is the outcome? 3 cards, please. Or potential outcome, I will say. All right. Great. Okay. So we're starting here with your focus or manifestation. We have the Star, the Death, and the 9 of Earth. That would be the 9 of Pentacles. So right now, the focus for you, Taurus, is on healing. Probably some type of energy balancing that you're focused on. The Star is all about energetic alignment, getting those chakras in order. And, when your chakras are aligned and your energy is like a clear channel, okay, you're vibrating at a high vibration, you are able to step into a place of wish fulfillment because you are vibrating at the right energy to bring that towards you, right? You're going to attract things of that high vibration to you. So this is a healing process. So the healing will be different for all of you as this is a collective reading, okay? But very important work here because it's followed up by the death. Okay, so you're in a healing process here in order to transform. I'm going to assume that there's been some things happening around you that are pretty major when you have the star and the death. You're healing and transforming. And with this death card, it can be a pretty painful process. So resorting back to this star energy anytime you can is extremely, extremely important. When we're in the death energy, okay, we are basically like, we are the forest that is burning to the ground so that we can fertilize the soil with that transformational, the transformative or transformed parts of ourselves, all of those pains, all of those traumas, all of those primal instincts we've been relying on too long. And that, in that growth, okay, those experiences, when we transform them, they fertilize our soil, just like what happens when a forest burns to the ground. Everything is destroyed, but what grows back is more abundant, is more beautiful. And that is shown here in this Nine of Earth, the Nine of Pentacles. That is that Virgo in Venus. It is that abundance. This is the forest that grows, and you're very focused on it because this is your manifestation. Okay. So independence, that sense of self, you believe in yourself, you are putting the effort in, and having an attitude of gratitude, and absolutely in a place of a strong, and this solar plexus would be very, very, very in alignment here, but absolutely with no ego. Okay. You know who you are. You believe in yourself. You're confident, but you are not cocky and egotistical, but self reliant. You know that you can depend on yourself. So the transformation that you're looking to find for yourself is to bring you back to that sense of self reliance and independence. Okay. What are the challenges? We have the Six of Air. That would be the Six of Swords. We have the Nine of Fire. That would be the Nine of Wands, and the Six of Earth. That would be the Six of Pentacles. So Six of Air. So the challenge here is moving forward, okay? Taking that, moving out of the turbulent energy, probably with that Death card, releasing some of those experiences that are really stuck in your head. You might be identifying with them too much. You've created dialogue in your mind that says, I am this, I am traumatized, I am stuck, I am uh, any thought that would not serve you or help you move forward. And that's part of what really needs to go here in this Death card. Okay. Your self-belief about who you are when you're in the Nine of Pentacles, that self-reliant, abundant person. Okay. So allowing yourself to release those things from the past so that you can move forward with that transformed version of yourself. Okay. That's the challenge. The other challenge here is the Nine of Fire, Nine of Wands. So releasing the wounds. Okay. It's understandable, but allowing yourself this healing here in the Star card and the transformation and the Death card, those are very supportive, as much as they may be difficult to accept and acknowledge and be immersed in. They're amazing energies for your growth. And the star energy that you have here that you're focused on will really nurture yourself through this death transition. Okay. So processing your wounds so that you use them for growth, not to hold you back. You should not hide behind your wounds. There's something here for me, as I was saying before, where you're identifying. I feel like you're identifying with some of these past things that have happened, or maybe self-beliefs that you developed as a child, trying to cope with situations that were difficult. We need to release those because they're blocking your energy. Wands are our energy, okay? And they're our ability to be optimistic and to grow and to move towards our passions. So instead of using them as a wall of protection, we need to confront them. Death, okay? and transform that energy so that we can start going for the things that we want to attract to ourselves energetically. That star card. Six of Earth as a challenge. Reciprocity, expecting that when you give to people, whether it be an actual physical resource or energetically or emotionally, or even with your communication, words of support, that it's okay for you to expect it back. Okay. There is nothing wrong with expecting your relationships to be balanced. Okay. And with this being a Pentacles card, it's very important because the lack of this in your life has been creating a feeling that you're not safe, that the things around you, your relationships, the situations around you are not safe and secure. Okay. And they're not long lasting. Okay. This is preceded by the Five of Pentacles, which is an abandonment card. Okay. A fear of abandonment. So learning to ask for reciprocation in what you're giving from people will help you heal that wound of not feeling worthy of it. Okay, you are worthy of it. And with this being in the challenge, it's clear that you've been having an issue with that. Okay. Now, advice from Spirit. Eight of Air. You got to release that mind. You've got to release that mind, Taurus, okay? We've got spiders all over this card. They're crawling in your head and wrapping you up in their web, okay? And she has wings, but she's not flying if she's wrapped up in that spider web, okay? You got to set yourself free here. Analysis paralysis, overthinking, any self-defeating thoughts, anything that keeps you, again, imprisoned, like this Nine of Fire, the challenge there. But in your mind, this is your energy, okay? And this is your mind. So setting yourself free, changing the way you speak to yourself, which is coming up next. Queen of Air, okay? That's the Queen of Swords. Heart chakra, throat chakra. Nurturing yourself, speaking to yourself with loving words, not letting emotional overwhelm get into your head and create self-defeating thoughts that are not serving you. Okay. You've got to really nurture yourself with your words here and try to stay more in logic. So if you start going into overwhelming emotional thinking, ask yourself, do I know this is true? Do I know this is going to happen? Do I know what that person's thinking of me? If you don't know, we may be in this Eight of Swords energy, okay? And you want to question because we come up with a lot of scenarios in our head that are not happening and are never going to happen and are not true. So really step into that heart chakra with your throat chakra and start loving yourself, mothering yourself, because the advice from Spirit is the Six of Cups, Six of Water, that inner child, using that Queen of Swords, the Queen of Air here, to nurture that inner child with very logical, truthful, nurturing words. Okay. The other thing here is that the belief that you are worthy and can and will receive sincere, true love from yourself and others. The Six of Water is this untainted love that everybody aspires for. It's innocence, it's naive, it's the bravery it takes to allow that type of love into your life. And this Queen of Swords is going to be the energy to help you achieve that. Okay. Stepping out of this of emotional thinking and attachment to the past and having this logical, nurturing self dialogue is going to be really healing for your inner child and allow you to accept that sincere, exchange of love. Okay. What is the potential outcome? We have the Magician manifesting everything you're trying to manifest, your healing, your transformation, and your independence and self-belief and abundance, by the way, and long-term security and safety in relationships and your experiences on the earthly plane. Okay, manifesting all of that and more, because the Magician has mastered their sword, their communication, how they perceive things. They've mastered their pentacle, understanding the true value of abundance and what it means, their wand, how to use their energy in optimistic ways for growth and the enjoyment of life, and their cup, their emotions, their intuition, their ability to give and receive love, emotional maturity, mastering all of that so that you can move forward in or to your goals without any lack of self belief. And with the Magician, we always have that connection to the earth. So staying grounded while you're on the earth and that connection to spirit and the ether. Okay. This is Mercury communication, but it's also Gemini and Virgo. Okay. So we have that connection to the air and that connection to the earth. All right. Communicating to yourself in the strongest belief that you have mastery over these four elements of yourself. Okay. Then, eight of earth. You're going to continue working hard. You're going to continue. This is just the beginning. There will be more work to do, but it's not going to come across as a burden. It's not going to, with some of this energy here, there's some heavy things to overcome. But once you get the ball rolling and you get yourself through this transformation, you're going to enjoy the work. You're going to master the work. As I said, you're mastering here, and this is another card of mastery. You're going to become so proficient at being your true, authentic self. I think you'll be surprised once you get moving and get yourself unblocked. You're going to just step right into this energy, okay, and master it effortlessly. It's just going to become a way of life for you. Four of air, four of swords. You're finally going to be able to rest your mind. Okay. All of those things with this eight of air and the six of air and not knowing when to move on, how to get control of the turbulence going on in your mind, what to hold on to, what to let go. Here, imprisoning yourself in your thoughts so that you can't be free. This person's free. This is your mind being free. Okay. Being able to meditate and understand the things that have happened to you and why those lessons were there for you, and processing them as somebody that is wise and not a victim, wisdom and not victimhood. Okay. When we change the way we think about our experiences, we set ourselves free. And this is you setting yourself free and being able to rest. Okay. So I love this for you, Taurus. We're going to get a white light oracle and see what spirit has to say for you. These are my all-time favorite oracle cards. I might not read all of it because they, have the messages in the book are quite long, but we'll see what comes out. One card for Taurus about this manifestation, please, spirit. We're having that struggle with my little childlike hands again. These cards are really big and my hands are so tiny. One card. Oh, there we go. Thank you, spirit. Okay. Let's see. We have the 22 card, and I don't know. I hope they have a pronunciation in here because I don't know how to pronounce that, but we'll work through it and do our best. Okay. So if this is resonating with you and this is a manifestation you're working towards, Taurus, do start the process now, because when this 8-8 portal comes, this is our time every year that we get to really connect to our manifestations at the highest vibration. All right. So I don't know how to say this, but I'm going to try. I is AIH, Soph R. Okay. AUR. A way through the struggle has already been created for you, and you are being led onto that path. Beautiful. Your authentic soul path may include recognition and acclaim, notable success, and admiration. Be grateful, but do not be dazzled or distracted by such experiences. Focus on what connects you to your heart and is the practice of love, kindness, and peace. This will allow for successful progress in the material world without disturbing the sanctity of your goal, which is this Nine of Pentacles. That is so in alignment with that card. It's unbelievable. Okay. We are not defined by our resources. Okay. We can enjoy a nice car. We can enjoy a beautiful piece of jewelry, but it does not define us. Our ability to love people and be supportive and be kind, that is what defines us. Let me see if we need to keep reading here because that might be enough. Okay, let's read one more paragraph. In the mysticism of the Kabbalah, Ein Sof R is the first and truest light. It emerges from the absolute, which is pure emptiness beyond all characteristics, phenomenon, and form. Sorry, my son just came home and I was interrupted. The capacity to create something from apparently nothing is one of the definitions of magic. That magician card. Ein Sof R is the universe pulling rabbits out of hats on a cosmic scale, because the spiritual light emerges from the spaciousness of infinite potentiality. It is imbued with endless creativity, resourcefulness, and spontaneous responsiveness. Whatever is needed is made manifest, provided to the receptive heart, and will benefit all beings. Okay. And then it just says here, receptivity is the key to unlocking this white light magic of the spirit. Okay. So be open, stay true to your manifestations, and ask spirit for help because they are here for you. This is beautiful for you, Taurus. And I wish you so much luck on this journey. So again, if this did resonate with you, I ask you to subscribe, like, share, comment, any of those things. I hope you have a beautiful rest of we're almost in August, so month of August, and I will see you next month for our next series of readings. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.